Hi everyone, it's Green Mom Zoe, or you know me also as Chef Zoe on my YouTube videos. Today is August 2nd, 2011, and I can't believe the summer is almost over. It went by too fast. But I wanted to make another video for you and show you another raw delicious creation from my recipe book. Today I'm going to be making raw vanilla coconut ice cream, and part of the recipe is learning how to open coconut, a Thai coconut. So first I'm going to do a video showing you how to open the coconut, and then I'm going to do another separate video which you can see related to this one, how you can make the ice cream recipe. So let's start first with opening a young Thai coconut. You probably have seen these babies in the Asian markets. That's where they usually sell them. These are different coconuts than the brown ones, which are a little more common. But the benefit of the young Thai coconut is that the water is really sweet. There's not enough meat that has formed, so there's less meat inside and more water. So this is like one of the most delicious natural drinks that you can consume. It's nature's Gatorade. That's what some people refer to it, because it's full of trace minerals and all kinds of other nutrients, a lot of potassium, and it's excellent to drink before, during, or after working out. It naturally replenishes the liquids in your body, it rehydrates you, and it's very low on sugar, but the water itself is like low fat, low calorie, and it's much healthier for you than drinking a Gatorade or another sweetened or full of sugar and chemicals and preservative drink. This is when you're going to purchase young Thai coconut, you want to inspect it first. You want to make sure that the coconut doesn't look funny, and by funny I mean that it doesn't have any weird spots like mold, for example, because you can easily spot mold on those, or any kind of like irregular forms or indentations. So make sure that the coconut is perfectly white and clean, and there's nothing, you know, that is suspicious on it. These coconuts travel all the way from Thailand. They have a very long transit time, so sometimes, you know, they don't arrive fresh. That's why it's important to inspect the coconut before you purchase it and consume it. There's a lot of controversy around coconuts. I just wanted to mention too. Some people believe that they are sprayed and treated with chemicals that might be toxic to human. One of the theories is that they're sprayed with formaldehyde, which is a chemical that preserves the coconut's fresh look. Formaldehyde is very toxic to human consumption. It is found in nail polish, and also it's used to treat dead bodies, to preserve them. So I know it sounds gross, I don't want to gross you out, but you know, it's something that, you know, it's definitely not meant for human consumption in any way. So there is no verdict right now as far as like if there is any formaldehyde on young Thai coconuts or not. The latest research was done by Roche chef Matt Olmstead, I think about 4 or 5 years ago. He sent a coconut to a lab in California to be tested, and it was only tested for formaldehyde, and they found out that there was no traces of formaldehyde on the coconut. However, it was not tested for any other chemicals, so if it's sprayed with something else other than the formaldehyde, we would not know. There is some chances that there might be chemicals on the outside, but the best thing you can do is, like, you know, once you open the coconut, just pour the water out, because the chemicals don't get into the water, and then just scoop out the meat. You know, you don't need to touch or eat or do anything with the outside part. You can just discard that. So let me show you now how you open one of these young Thai coconuts. What you need is like a nice, big, strong cleaver. Something that looks like that. They're usually used for chopping meat and bones. Obviously that's not the purpose in our household, but I, you know, have this one that it's very heavy. It's very heavy, like when you put it in your hand, it's like much heavier than a regular knife. And that's really good because when you're chopping the coconut, because it's so hard, if you're using a regular knife, it's going to break on you, and you definitely don't want to do that. So the first thing you want to do, you want to shave a little bit of the top part of the coconut. So you just want to like shave some of this top, just like that. Not too much, just the top area where you're planning to open the coconut. It just helps with the opening process, makes it easier to aim. There you go. There you go. So now we kind of shaved the top part. Let's discard this. And what we want to do next, we want to kind of mark the area where we want to hit the coconut. So before you start striking, and let me tell you another thing about striking, you never want your hand, the free hand, to be holding the coconut while you're striking it. Never, never, never. This is very dangerous because God forbid you miss. You can chop off a finger very easily, and there are scary stories out there, so be very careful. So you want first to mark the area where you're planning to strike it. It's for visual purposes. It's easier when you're aiming. So just kind of like, you know, give yourself a nice radius. Don't make it too small because you want to have enough open space to get out the meat from the inside after you pour the water out. So make sure, like, you know, you have enough space to work with. And now that this is all marked up, as you can see, it's like a nice area. This is when you will strike. Alright, so with your free hand, you want to keep it behind. If you need to tie it behind, but never hold it like this. Never tilt the coconut on the side and try to strike this way, because the coconut doesn't have much leverage on the side. You can easily rotate and escape you when you're striking it. So you want it to be on its bottom when you're hitting it. You want it to be in this particular position. That's very, very important. And then, when you're striking, you want to strike and kind of let the cleaver come down on its own way. You don't want to like use your hand power and arm power when you're striking it. You just want the cleaver to do its job. So you're going to start somewhere like at this area and just strike. As you can see, it's starting to open. Here we go. Now it's opening. So I struck it probably like 4 or 5 times. And it kind of opens on its own. You just remove the top part. There we go. Perfect. Try to do as little spill as possible. You want all the water from the coconut. Now that it's open, you saw how easy it is. This is the young Thai coconut water inside. This is the good stuff that is so nutritious for you. And it's raw, it's unpasteurized, it's fresh, it's the best sports drink nature can offer you. So what you want to do now is empty it. And there's a way to do that too, because you obviously don't want to spill any drop of this precious liquid inside. So what you want to do, you want to get a big bowl, like a very wide bowl, okay? I have this bowl here. It's really nice and wide. So it will offer me more space when I'm pouring it out, you know, it will catch all the water. You don't want like a small container that, you know, is going to spill all over. So when you take this, you just flip it over and you pour it out. And there you go. So here we have like a really nice amount, because this is such a big coconut. It yielded a lot of water. That's about at least 2 cups of water. And you can see that there is a slight tint to it, but it's still clear. That's definitely what you want. That's the best way to predict when water is fresh and when it's stale. I'm going to pour it in a clear glass just so you can see a little better. Okay. I want you to take a look at this. There is nothing in the water that looks suspicious. There is no particles. There is no, like, you know, any cloudiness. That's exactly what you want. You don't want the water to be tinted too dark or to be very cloudy, because that means the water has gone bad. The coconut is not fresh. So this is optimally like amazing water, and I'm gonna have a sip because it's just so tempting. I love coconut water. I can have it like 24/7 and I would never get tired of it. Okay, so now that you have poured out all the liquid, the meat is, as you can see inside of here, this coconut has very little meat, and they vary. Sometimes they have more meat, sometimes they have less meat, depends on the maturity of the coconut. So you want to scoop out this meat because you can use it in recipe. And you can use it definitely in the recipe that I'm going to show you next, which is how to make this vanilla coconut ice cream. So what you want to do is take a spoon. There you go. Take a container. Actually, I'm going to take a colander because you also want to rinse out the meat before you use it. So what you want to do is like start scooping it out. Kind of like this. Just take a spoon and start, you know, scraping everything that, you know, is inside. You can see it here. There you go. All this precious, delicious meat. It's really fresh. This is a really nice coconut that I picked. There you go. Try to get all the meat from the inside, everything. Here, maybe you can rotate a little bit. Okay, almost finished. There's a little bit right here on top. That's it. We scraped it out. See that? There isn't anything left, so this can go into the garbage, or you can use it as a pot for plants, or some people use it as a drink cup to make like exotic cocktails, or just toss it away. It's totally up to you. You just get every little bit of meat left. Alrighty, excellent. So we're done with the coconut. And this is your meat. That's about a good cup and a half of meat. It's excellent. That's exactly what we need for our recipe. So now you want to rinse this. Just want to make sure that there is no like hard particles sticking to it. You know, particles like this one here, you want just to like clean it out. This is excellent food too. This is basically where the fat in the coconut is located. The water itself doesn't have any fat, but the meat is where, you know, you get the shredded coconut to make different bake recipes with, or you use it for creamier recipes such as the ice cream or mousses. Okay, here we are. That's it. The meat is ready to be used in our recipe. Okay, that's about a cup and a half, as I said. So this concludes our first part of this tutorial showing you how to open young Thai coconut. I hope it was very useful and you would be able to apply this to your own skill set. Like I said, it's very easy to open a coconut. It's not as intimidating as it looks. Just follow my instructions. Like I said, never use your free hand to hold the coconut, and just make sure when you're striking, you know, you're just like letting the cleaver come down on its own as opposed to like try to force it. And that's it. And that's how easy you open a young Thai coconut. Thank you for watching.